Oh, yeah, he is best known as the man who makes them pay.
But today, he's the man who makes them read. Welcome, the one and only Tim Misney. It is so good to see you.
Is it a treat being here? Usually we're cooking, so today we're cooking up a story. How about that?
I love the idea of this. You wrote your own book.
Well, along with Jim Kukral, I came up with some ideas of things that happened in my life that I thought would be inspirational and interesting, helpful to people.
Well, and I in reading more about just your occurrences and speaking with even younger generations,
right,
and how your thoughts and words impact the way they live their lives and give them a more positive outlook on things. Was that also part of kind of how this came to be? Great
question. I'll tell you the genesis of the book. A couple years ago, I was invited to speak to Chagrin Falls High School. So I talked about 150 kids, right? The next week, I got 19 thank you notes in the mail, and it blew me away because I didn't think high school kids knew what a stamp was or how to write cursive, right?
Yeah.
So I got these notes like, Tim, you talk about hard work. The hard work beats talent that doesn't work hard. I was playing on the soccer team. I wasn't working hard. Now I am, and I'm doing well. Tim, you talk about honesty in all things. I had a bad relationship with my mom because I was not being truthful. Now I am, and we're having a fabulous relationship. So Jim Kukral is a marketing guru. He's written 8 books, and he advises companies all over. And he asked me to speak at one of his symposiums. And right after, he said, Tim, we got to write a book. There's a lot of stories here. So we had a lot of fun doing it, and I think it applies to anybody across the board.
I think what's really great about Tim, and a lot of people know this, of course, is that he's like a pendulum. You know, it's like the pendulum goes all the way, like boxing and being a tough guy and all that sort of stuff. And as far as that goes, best in the business, he'll make them pay. It comes all the way over to the side of love and acceptance and embracing people.
Wow, thank you. Those are very kind words from a very kind man. Isn't that right?
It's very true.
Yes.
And he's speaking.
I've never been called that before.
Yeah.
I've said you're kind.
Sure you have. He is the best. He is the best. And his son, what a prince. His son.
He is too amazing.
You talk about DNA
sure.
with his son.
I know.
I mean, same.
You've worked with Adam. You've worked with Adam.
Yes,
right?
I worked with Adam, and what a prince. Yeah, and you know he's a very successful lawyer, and I told him I have a tough time believing that you're such a successful lawyer because you look like a GQ model. Am I right?
Which you got from Kim. No.
Right.
Okay, it's not about me over here. It's about Tim.
But I think it's interesting because I think people, we see your billboards, we see that tough exterior, we know that you're, but even in that sense, you are helping the community. You know, even when in your toughest moments, you're helping us.
Yes, and it's a privilege and pleasure to be able to do it, to have that role as a protector, as somebody who levels the playing field. Because quite frankly, a lot of people that call me don't have the means to go up against a billion-dollar entity like the Cleveland Clinic or university hospitals or what have you. And so I'm able to level the playing field and give them a fighting chance.
How long did it take you to train your eyebrow to do what you do with that?
Well, it was a series of very expensive and painful cosmetic surgeries, but I think it was worth it. Wouldn't you say, Natalie? Yeah.
I agree. I have Botox, so I can't do it.
I see it in the room I get dressed in the morning. His clock is in there. So
oh, boy.
I see.
Boy.
I get up in the morning, hey, Tim, here we go again, another day.
How about that?
No, you've become such a figurehead. It's a staple. When we talk about, landmarks throughout Northeast Ohio that are special to us, there's people that have just touched generations.
He's part of the landscape. This guy's the landscape.
Well, I am a local guy, as local as could be. Born here, raised here, went to school here, raising my family here. And so everything that I'm about is all organic. All of my sayings, the slogans, and what I do is all organic. It's not contrived. I didn't hire Don Draper from Mad Men to come up with some catchy phrases that might work. These are all real stories. And one example I'll give you, a young lady called me and said she was 5 months pregnant, and she was having abdominal pains, and it kept getting worse, and she complained to the doctors, and they dismissed it. They said, well, you're pregnant, you're going to have problems. Well, she presented herself to the emergency room, and they found that she had a bad infection. It went into her uterus and killed her unborn baby. And she said, if the doctors just would have listened, my baby would still be here. So I made a beeline down to the studio, and I shot a commercial, and the commercial said, I can't tell you how many times clients have called me over the many years and told me that because a healthcare professional just wouldn't listen, they suffered unnecessarily. Believe me when I tell you, I'll listen, and then I'll
make them pay.
Make them pay. But that's organic. It's a true story. And women have told me they felt I was talking to them when they saw that commercial. So what we're about is part of the fabric.
And it shows. Now, how do we get the book? If someone else, I know he's very generous to give us each a copy of
Well,
this, but how does everyone else get a
He carried
copy?
these to us and handed them.
I
to
know.
us.
And the personalized note, would you
Which-
please read yours if you wouldn't get embarrassed?
Moss man, you are a prince. It's better than being a princess. Thank you for all your kindness and courtesy. Thank you for everything you do.
MisneyBook.com. Go to the website, get a book, and
Thanks,
you know
guys.
who will make them pay.
What a pleasure.
It's always
Thank
good
you.
to see you. He's going to West Side Market after this. Love it.
Yes.